Survivor News.
Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News.
Survivor News.
Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News.
And we are back, your Survivor News, covering Survivor Season 48. We are here with your first look of the new season. I'm super excited. We've got Wendell, the first merge boot of Winners at War and host of ABC Extreme Home Makeover. What's poppin' home edition? Wendell, what's going on?
What's going on, Perp? It's good to be back with my brothers. And it's good that we got a Survivor season coming up. It's always a fun time of the year.
Yes. And if it's first look, we can't do a first look without our resident Survivor know-it-all from Philadelphia, Mr. James Jones. James got opinions and theories on everything, and I'm excited for a new season to start because that means James will have his weekly call with me, and we'll talk for 45 to an hour about what James thinks is going on. James, welcome back to the podcast. How you doing?
Come on, fireworks!
You gotta love the new technology. It's great to be here with you guys. And I'm excited about this season. Haven't seen any of the cast. Really haven't read any of the interviews. I'm really raw dogging this thing, just like life.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh,
You said that, and then the dog barked. Did y'all hear the dog bark?
I heard the dog bark.
The dog don't want no parts of it. The dog wants no parts.
Let me take my plan B right now, James. There, okay? Because
Whoa.
Wendell, do you want to do the honors?
Oh. And we have joining us today the most talented person I know, the best singer, the best actor, the best dancer, the dustiest, the crustiest, the bustedest, the ugliest, the do y'all smell something? Because I'm smelling his breath from here. The one and only from probably the worst player of the worst season of the new era.
Whoa.
The one and only Crusty McCrusty. Tevin is in the building. May I be clear?
Let me be very clear. Okay, let me be very clear. Now, Wendell, I say it all the time, and I will say it again.
Okay.
I tap you with Philadelphia brotherly love off camera after your show, so that the people don't have to be witness and have to watch me tear you up live.
Repeat that again. That sounded great. Repeat that. You tap them off camera.
Whoa.
Repeat that again.
Now, you just said raw dogging, and now you're trying to tell me to say something about tapping. So you need to go investigate what you got going on. Let's get that first.
I don't want no tapping. I don't want no raw. I don't want none of that.
Oh.
I'm celibate.
Oh.
We gonna keep it cute.
Oh, just when I was about to say Wendell.
Say, Wendell.
Well, I try to tap you off camera in a nice, polite way. So I'm gonna tap you off screen. I'm gonna tap you on your shoulder off screen later, so that the people don't have to watch me tear you up live here today. Okay? But as Kendrick Lamar said, since we have introduced him into the room, you better not ever come to cell block 1.
Oh.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear about that. Okay?
Don't you ever put me in no Drake category. I feel like
Well,
I would be the
you
king.
are like
Don't do that. First of all, you must not see. I feel like in this battle, I would be the K-Dot and you would be the Drake. But I digress.
I don't know if that would be true.
Right. He's a sing-songy ball.
That don't mean nothing. You ain't seen his TikToks, okay? Because he can rap. There's a stranger in this house. And there actually is a stranger in this house, okay? James, with us celebrating the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl win, you know it all. Can I ask you a question, James? In the last decade, how many championship games has the Cowboys been to? Do you know?
He's trying to be funny because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. We're not doing this. We can move on.
No, I'm saying I feel like the amount of victories that the Cowboys have had in the playoffs over the last 20 years is the amount of people who won Survivor
In this,
that got voted off before the merge. So zero. They won zero playoff games in 20 years. There's kids that haven't seen the Cowboys fans. There's kids that seen a black president before a Cowboys playoff win. This is wild. Like, people have seen people fly into space willy-nilly before a Cowboys win. People have seen blockbuster movies before a Cowboys win. Netflix was serving DVDs before a Cowboys playoff win.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. This is America's team. We are America's team.
Survivor still have faces on DVDs.
The best person don't always win, James. Did you watch the election?
Oh.
So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and clear the air. Let's go ahead and lay down some ground rules right here, right now. I'm gonna go ahead and say this before we get started, so we can have a good show. I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land 2,000 or more, right? Every week. It's against my religion to tell you all my business. So with that, have a nice day. Clear the way.
Yes.
Have a nice day. Clear the way.
Well,
We leaving it alone. We going forward. Wendell, watch your mouth. James, watch your mouth. Bryce, I love you. Clear the way.
Okay,
He's
listen.
pointing in the wrong directions like Dak be throwing the touchdown passes.
It's right on my screen.
Well, listen, we are clearing the way to Survivor 48, and we are so excited to do a first look. If you are new here to Survivor News, welcome. First look is essentially a cousin, an uncle, a brotherly way of welcoming the new contestants into the Survivor community. We're going to take a look at the tribes. We're going to take a look at their photos, and we are going to offer them advice based on the limited information that they have and what we see on the screen. So it is nothing but love and fun. And we really just want to welcome this cast of 48 to the Survivor world where we are family. And so we're super excited. Now let's take a look at this cast photo. What are our first initial thoughts when we see a cast photo for season 48? I have immediate thoughts. Anybody ask me, I'm gonna ask myself. I see a relatively young, vibracious, and I don't mean this in like any negative way. They seem extremely smart. Like this is I feel like this is a very smart cast. This photo is reading very smart in my opinion.
Because they don't have facial hair. None of them have facial hair. That's the reason why. There's no beards out there. That's why they look smart. Y'all let it great. That's what the issue is. One beard.
if there aren't a lot of beards, you're right. If they're that smart, would they know what the word vibracious means?
I won't say it.
I thought we set some ground rules, Tevin. Okay,
I ain't say a word.
Listen, vibrations means that they're sending off good vibrations into the atmosphere. Okay, in Fiji, that's what vibrations means. If you didn't know, now you know. Would you like me to put it in a sentence?
You said vibracious.
They're vibracious.
Receive.
I understood you, Bryce.
Thank you, Tevin. Thank you.
I mean, we can wake up. We can just make up words now. I feel like you make up words and just keep on going, and like that's how the world works now.
Well, I mean, I feel like I could just put it in an executive order.
Ooh. Gentlemen,
please. Maybe it's just my symmetrical eye, but I'm looking at this first row and I'm just wondering why some people is 2 knees down in the sand, some people is 1 knee up, 1 knee down. It's an interesting formation that they have that they all chosen, which might also just say something about who they are. I'm looking at the lady on the black lady on the left. I think their pronouns. I don't know what their pronouns are, but the one with the colorful shirt in the front. Seems very I don't know, strong presence to me. It gives I'm taking my space, very grounded, very I'm here, and it just is what it is to me. They
got some big smiles too. They
right.
really are smiling. it's kind of like they are told to smile the biggest that you could ever smile and take a picture. like you don't have a smirk. There's not like a semi-smile.
Well,
It is
this
really
is a once in a lifetime opportunity, so I think
Yeah.
you should have a big smile.
Yeah, we
How
cheese.
did you smile, James? Were you happy when you got out there, or
was I was happy to be out there, but I was ready to kill everybody. Like
Oh.
it was a business trip for me. I guess that people wanted. It's like I was sizing people up and trying to see what they were about. I mean, everybody here looks like they really have like. It's like I feel like there's no felonies or misdemeanors in this group, which is good.
Wait,
I don't
James,
think they
did
a
your
lot of
business
people
trip? Did your business trip get cut short, James, or did it? What did it?
Oh Lord, yes.
It definitely did.
Okay.
I definitely got fired, Princess style, by my number one. And that's simply how it works. But I did not go after someone that thought I was their number one or two.
That was shady. That was real shady. It's okay.
Shots
Don't worry, I
fired.
have it for everybody. The clip always goes around.
The clip always goes around. Russian roulette, James. We're moving on.
Okay, so we've seen the cast. Now let's just take an individual look, a first look at these tribes, and we'll just say what we think about the tribes. We'll start off strong with the Green tribe.
They look strong.
They do look strong.
See, here's the thing. We don't know how tall these people are. I feel like it's the one thing about these tribes you never know. Like
They all look
just
4'11". Yeah, they look short. This photo made them look real short. But also the pole is interesting this year. That flag is it a flag? Is it a Grecian urn? Is it like a
look like some dumplings to me?
Some dim sum. I'm
trying to get a
dim sum.
different perspective on it, so I can try to gain some clarity.
This is the dumpling tribe.
Yeah, we can call them that. You know, the dumpling tribe, but you really can't tell how tall they are. But
what's that got to do with it? Because we had a very tall player on your season. That was he the first. We had a very tall player on your season, Tevin, by the name of Jalen.
We did.
And what did height have to do with his performance?
Oh,
well, you clocked that. He had several things going wrong for him though. He had several things going wrong. So I don't know.
But the green tribe from this photo, I get in sync from them, right? Like I feel like they could be a group. You know, we got the two ladies in the front, hands on their hips, like very in sync. I feel like this tribe will work together well. It seems like their spirits are really high. I like this tribe. I'm getting good vibes. Green is one of my favorite colors. So I like the green tribe.
See, I have to see the rest of the tribes before I do judgment on good. But we'll see. I feel like they don't have any obvious weak points. It was the first thing I looked for. So I'm like, they need to go. They don't have that right here. So that's a good
It's so difficult for me because what a lot of it was for like our season 46, it felt like people when we looked at it. So you kind of want to look at a tribe and be like, I don't know, I don't really see the strength, or maybe I see the strength or whatever, but you really never know because the game is it just changes and you never know who's gonna be strong at what. But a lot of people thought that orange was gonna be at tribal a lot, and we ended up not going to tribal until merge, and then we all capsized and whatever. But we didn't go once before merge, and we were the ones that were predicted to go every single week, and we did not. So sometimes you just never know. All you need is really that one person that can really do it, and you might have two, you may have three, but sometimes tribes shake up in a way that you don't suspect.
Yeah, that is very true.
Excited. One or two people that can just do it.
Listen,
talking about there, digging in deep.
All you need is a mustard seed, a faith, Tevin.
Oh, the faith, how about Sata? Hey, don't be on an about Sata. Bryce always finds a way to bring it all home. Yeah.
That's all you need. I'm a little biased, but let's take a look at the purple tribe. And again, I see what you're saying, James. Like the height, they all look very similar in height. Now, what I will say about this, the purple tribe feels like they mean a little bit more business, right? And I don't feel like they're as in sync as the green tribe. I feel like it looks a little, I feel like they trying to give us the roar, and then we have the one person that's like, wait, we not doing the bring it on cheer. So I don't know if this tribe is going to be as in sync as the green tribe, but this tribe definitely gives me a force to be reckoned with. So I mean, I'm a little biased, but I like the purple tribe.
They got a lot to live up. Like they got to erase that purple curse. Like they got to get over that purple hump that purple had last time. So I think that they probably, I would assume that has gone through their brains just by nature of being purple. And I think that one in the front, that woman in the front that's standing there with that army that
she
Navy
look ready.
Salute, that Navy SEAL salute like this. She about to have that whole tribe in lock. I feel that.
She looks ready. JJ, what do you think about purple? Or you need to see more?
No, I feel like, looks like all, like just from just a look standpoint, that they don't have any weak links. No one you can really point to and say, oh, this person stands out in a bad way. Just on the first look, which is always a good thing. So, I think they're going to do fine. I'll wait to see what the last tribe is bringing me before I, pass judgment.
To me, buff placement is important too. I think it tells a lot about a character of a person, how they wear their buff, if it's nice and neat, how it's rolled, how it's folded. And the guy that's holding the pole, the dumpling casserole, whatever, the onion, it gives me Liz. It's kind of like a little crooked, like a little lopsided a little bit. So it kind of gives like chaotic energy a little bit to me. So that'll be interesting to watch him to see how he portrays himself. You said what?
I think it's a her, right?
Oh, I can't see. It's so far away.
I'm not sure, but regardless, that person looks like they're going to be a character.
Yeah, I can't see that person from afar, but yes, whoever that person is, they're giving me a little chaotic energy. It's a little slid to the left. Yeah. It's a little, riggedy. So that'll be interesting to watch that person.
They come in here for the vibes. That person at the work has vibes. Like everyone else is still at least that person is there, which could be a good person. It could be a killer, but they're going to be there for fun and vibes just by that stance right there.
Period.
Right. It almost gives me a James stance, right? Like, so I feel like I feel like you wouldn't. I'm not even being funny. I feel like that's like a James stance. And James, the vibes, good vibes only. So I think you could be onto something with that, James.
Yeah, I mean, I do hold the stick pretty strong,
Whoa!
And that's three.
I was the flag bearer a lot of times,
Man.
And that's the third innuendo. That's the third.
Hey, man.
Well, listen, the plan B is down. So listen, okay, we're going to get to our orange tribe. Let's see what the orange tribe. Oh, okay.
Tribal council on that one. I call tribal council.
Don't do that. See, this is what happened. This is what happened last time. No, just because you said that, this will be the tribe that don't go, just like we did. First of all, this is like 46 in reverse. This is the exact same colors. This is crazy.
But it's crazy that you said that, James, because I was thinking these tribes seem equally yoked. Like, I feel like they seem like very similar height, size, proportions to other tribes. So I feel like I don't know if it's going to be one of these seasons where there's going to be one tribe that's at a deficit. I feel like this is going to be a very interesting season because they're equally yoked, in my opinion.
So I was probably gonna say this and just kind of not speak about this anymore. I think that tribe strength, when all the men are equal, really goes to how strong the women are.
When the who is
the women really determine tribe strength for the most part.
What you saying, James?
I'm saying
You know what? Time out.
Well, I think it sounded crazy, but I think he did end it. So say this again, James, so we could.
So I look at the women as far as like you're just looking at them as how strong the tribe is for the most part. Because typically you have one bigger guy, a medium-sized guy, and a small guy. Now if you have three like regular-sized guys, and all the guys are equal in each tribe, typically comes down to which tribe has a dynamic woman, athlete, puzzle maker, or strength person that really helps carry the weight in those first couple of challenges. So that's just kind of what I saw.
But see, I feel like that statement then says that because they're men, they, like equally sized men, they're good. Now it depends on
they negate each other. It's kind of like saying when you have 3 equal sized men, you just kind of take them out the equation, right? Like because they all it's only 6 people in the challenge, so just take them out, and you try to figure out it's the same thing happens with women. So you have the women on the tribe, right? And if they're all equal, you look at the men and you say, who's the weak guy? That's kind of how it works.
I don't know, James.
Alexa play "Living in Confusion" by Phyllis Hyman. Living in confusion. I hear you, James.
They got. I'm just saying, the women on their tribe are as tall. Like when you have taller, like height is a thing in these challenges. You have to reach for stuff. You have to pull stuff. The taller the women, the more athletic the women, the better the chance that tribe has.
Okay, so right, because let's just keep digging because but we just said they're all kind of equally yoked. So now what are you saying? If they're all similar height?
So we just look from a size standpoint, right?
But we have the sizes. We know what they look like. We're looking at them.
I'm saying right now, the young lady in the pink is as tall or bigger than the guy up front. The young lady in the orange is as tall as bigger than the guys in the tribe, which is a sign of strength compared to the other tribes where you have another taller.
Hold on a second. So you're saying on that orange tribe, you have a tall lady and you have 2 tall ladies on that orange tribe. Then you flip it over to this purple tribe. Do you see homegirl in the front that is ready to tackle Saquon Barkley right now?
That's very nice. I that's great, right?
We see the other lady on the end that's just as tall.
I agree, right? But what I'm saying is if the guys are equal, you look at the women in terms of strength. If all the guys are equal.
How are the guys equal?
Well, right, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what
when you don't see, I don't see a Jonathan out there. I don't see a B out there.
There is that one guy. He looks okay. All right.
The chocolate milk guy, him?
Not the chocolate milk. I think he looks pretty tall. Well, I think this leads us right into let's start meeting the people so we can actually try to figure out what JJ
is talking about.
Yeah, let's get to the meat. Let's get to the meat.
Whoa.
Okay.
Clear the way.
All right. So let's who do we have first, Wendeezy?
First off, we have the one and only Stephanie Berger. She is 38 from New York City, currently lives in Brooklyn. 3 words to describe her: ambitious, outgoing, resilient. Why do you want to be on Survivor? I love this game. You can only armchair quarterback for so long before you realize you need to shut up and play. Stephanie Berger.
I like Stephanie's energy. I feel like a strong player. To the James meter, she looks tall, so she has to be strong.
Jamesometer.
The Jamesometer. She's strong. She gives me very friendly, fun. I also feel like from hearing from some of the stuff that Wendell just said, I feel like she is fierce. Like I feel like she don't play that. If she from Brooklyn, then I already know the type of spirit, she got to navigate these streets. I feel like she has the potential to be the glue on her tribe. So I like Stephanie.
One thing to add about Stephanie is one life experience that she feels has prepared her for the game is she taught Teach for America in New Orleans, stayed in the classroom for 8 years when a lot of people only stay in for 2 years. So she says that she did that. That was out of her heart. And, so she thinks that will prepare her well for Survivor.
Hey, man. And teaching in the hood helps you in Survivor, you know. I mean, maybe it can, but I don't know if those skill sets translate. But we will see, yo.
I
We
just
will
like that
see.
she been down in NOLA, baby. She been down there
Right.
in NOLA, baby.
I
I
mean, she
like
used to that
that.
good food. That good food down there. You don't got no food in Survivor.
But I
My
think I haven't done a deep dive like James, so I don't know much about these people. I haven't seen the pre games and stuff, but I have seen some stuff that like popped on my Instagram or whatever. And I think I've seen her. Is she the lady that wears the hat that has like she does? I think she does tarot readings. I think if I
oh
remember, I think she does tarot cards. And it's kind of spiritual in that way. I think that's her. I'm pretty certain that's her. And if it is, and she was down there in NOLA, she might have picked up a couple things. I'm saying, so if you see her with a with a palm frond poking it like this, poking it like this, they better be careful on the other side. Is all I'm saying. But I find her fascinating. I think you're right on about the New York thing. I think she can take no stuff. I think she
right.
done worked in NOLA, baby, so she definitely know how to handle people. And so that'll be interesting to see because she gives a vibe to me like very nice, kind, and if she does those tarot readings, I can see her being very in tune with the people and being someone that nobody really wants to go after. She just kind of slips through, kind of like a Kendra.
I could see
A
that.
Kendra vibe. But she has that fortitude, that background to withstand, to make it to where she needs to make it to. So I can see her doing well.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping for Stephanie is that she keeps that fortitude and whatnot. She keeps it in her, right? And she has this look about her like she could be friendly and agreeable or whatever, but she got that dog in her. So what I want to see is her get in with the people and be like acting like she's friendly or whatever. But she lives in Brooklyn. She taught in the NOLA, baby. I want to see her like, I guess, post-merge turn it on.
Yeah. My one advice to Stephanie from hearing what she stayed at Teach for America for 8 years, she has a giving heart. I feel like when we're on Survivor, I need for you to close that heart up, Stephanie. Don't give it out because if people can sense that, they'll use that against you. And I know that she has it in her because she's in Brooklyn. So it's like, close that heart up as much as you can. Don't open it up to just everybody. Be ferocious. But
That's really good advice, actually.
We love Steph. All right, now let's move on to our next person. Who we got here?
Oh my God.
Shauhin Davari. If I'm not pronouncing your name wrong, I'm sorry. Charge it to my head, not my heart. He's 38 years old, from East Bay, California. Lives in Costa Mesa, California. He's a debate professor. Don't sit next to him. Okay. 3 words to describe you: charismatic, driven, and clever. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? Less than 800 people have played Survivor, the greatest game ever invented. I get to be the first Persian male to ever play and win. And I'm out here because I promised my mom I'd make it. Mama, we made it.
Yes. First of all, I love a Persian man. I grew up watching Shahs of Sunset.
Grew up.
And listen. I'm serious.
16?
I was like 7. However, and from what I know from watching Shahs of Sunset and what I'm getting from him, first of all, I get he's a flirt. Something about his energy, right? And I almost get, in a weird way, like jam energy a little bit. And I don't know, maybe it's his outfit, but I feel like he is going to be somebody that we need to look out for. I feel like I don't think I have any advice for him. I think that he's a debate professor. I think he's going to know how to handle himself on the island. And I feel like he's going to get along with a lot of people. But I also see that like funny hee ha ha. But like, I feel like he can get down to business.
I have advice if you ain't got none. My advice would be, because what I know about a debater is that a debater sometimes think they know everything. And when you get out there and you think you know everything, you starting to talk to people in a certain way. You starting to lead a little bit too much. You starting to put your mouth in a little bit too many conversations. And immediately they're looking at you like he got to go. Now I can speak on Shauhin because Shauhin was one of our alternates for 46.
Wow.
So, and I talked about him in my preseason interview. I was like, there's a man with this luscious beard. I was like, I clearly is a snake charmer, but unfortunately for him, I ain't no snake. So he won't go charm me. So I saw right away that he was somebody who has the ability to connect with people, look you straight in your eyes, could be lying to you, but he's so smooth and suave with the things that he got to say that you believe it anyway. So, it kind of gives like I'm not saying his game style might be like that, but it kind of gives that energy like a Boston Rob has. Like Rob can just look in your eye and be like, "This is what it is," and you just go do it just because he said it. So it kind of gives that. But like I said, I think that if he lets that get away from him, then he will be targeted early on in the game.
That's
He's
a
not
good
neither
take,
either. He's
Tevin.
like he looks like he can hold himself well in challenges. So you already have a physical look about you, and Survivor's game all about perception. And like if you are perceived as strong and you come out socially strong, and now you got this debate thing under you, and that's coming out too, it just is giving a lot. So I think he's going to be a threat pretty early on, and I hope that he can mitigate it, because if not, he's going to be gone.
Good take, Tevin.
I mean, the only thing I have to say is I agree with everything, Tevin said. I think the one thing for him to do is probably step back and tone back, only because if you already have a big personality and you are a talker, even when you think you're toning back, you're probably not toning back because your social awareness isn't on the best footing when you're on the island. So I think that's the only thing I would say. And I think a lot of times when you are smart, you are clever, you're a debater, you maybe try to overdo it, try to overthink it, or try to overplay it. When really what we've seen in the new era is that you really just want to sit back as contrary and kind of hope, build relationships and let the chips fall. So I don't want him to try to do too much early and raise that threat level. I think he has to kind of, because people are going to know he's smart. He's going to be able to speak very well. That's already going to be threatening to a lot of people. So he's going to have to really tone it back, to make everybody feel comfortable. But if he can do that, I think he has longevity in the game.
Okay.
And he's how old?
38.
Yeah.
And the last girl was 38 too, right?
They're casting adults this year, like people above, 25. It's like amazing,
I'm trying to keep up with the ages, yeah, because that's interesting to me too, because that comes into the game a lot, especially in this new era. People end up talking about their ages and like what that means and how they play, and so it's interesting.
And they also say like I think James Wendell jump in, but like the average age of a Survivor winner is like 35 to like 41.
No, I think it's younger than that.
I'd say early 30s.
I'd say early 30s, late 20s, especially new era. I mean, Gabler is kind of skewing the average. If you really throw it out there, Gabler is kind of messing up the average. But for the most part, it's kind of, that 20 to 30 person right there.
Okay.
But now
what do you think that is? What do you think that is, James? You think it's a life, or anybody? You think it's a life experience thing? Do you think it's a relatability? What do you think it is?
I think people are just more comfortable with naturally with people. It's easier when people are gravitating when you're around the same age. It's just in general, you gravitate to what's comfortable to you in general out there. And when or you're close to somebody in age, you're able to build those, relationships, I think, a little faster. You have a little more commonality. It just takes one thing to make you close on the island, Tevin. You know that. It's like one connection point, and you.
I know it too.
What you say?
I said I know it too.
I mean,
I played.
You did. You did.
Okay. Right. Was a cord struck or something like?
No, I'm just saying, he just said to Tevin, it takes one thing to. I'm just saying, I made connections too. I mean, they didn't last.
There were little connections.
I will direct some gameplay questions to you, Bryce, from now on. I apologize. I won't refer to people that stepped up past the merge all the time. Who's the next person that we're talking about here? Who's the next person who's up on the screen?
JJ.
Who's the next person?
Your internet ain't lagging no more, I see.
Hey, I got jokes and shots.
But Bryce,
it don't matter.
It don't matter. It don't matter how far you went to. Your presence is felt through the community. Let's be clear.
That part is true. Hell yeah.
I crawled so that James, you could walk. Okay.
You know what? Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It was more of a waddle in the crib.
He didn't even crawl.
He was like this in the crib. I
Okay.
appreciate you though.
I got you. All right, let's who we
move on
got
to Eva
here?
Erickson. She's 24 years old, from Eagan, Minnesota.
Oh,
Lives in Providence, Rhode Island. Occupation,
Island.
PhD candidate.
oh.
3 words to
See?
describe you: energetic,
Smart.
driven, competitive. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? For myself, I love the competition and the huge challenge this game presents. But on a big picture scale, I want to go on Survivor to show the world a version of autism that they don't often portray on mainstream media. I'm autistic, but my autism experience is unique and will give people hope that even if they are on the spectrum, they can still accept who they are and be successful. I also want to note, guys, one life experience that has prepared her for the game. She is the first and only girl to play men's hockey at Georgia Tech and is currently the captain of the men's hockey club at Brown University.
Wow.
You hear that, James? Okay, first of all, we love Eva. Okay,
Wait, is that the same person that was doing this?
I think that was Eva.
All right,
yeah.
Well, then now I reevaluate my opening, thing, and I think purple is not going to Tribal. They're only going to 1 or 2. I think that's beast mode right there.
Yeah, that's beast mode.
I love Eva. I love her opening up about having autism, and I always believe that what we feel like makes us different is our superpower. And I feel like Eva has a superpower going into this game. I feel like she has what it takes. She clearly is fierce. I just love Eva. So my advice, do you.
She looks so strong. The only thing I'm scared of is if she reveals that she's autistic out there, that they might be like, all right, she can't get to the end because she's gonna beat us.
That's a very fair fact. You don't want to sit next to that person at the end.
I feel like, but the other thing is, physically, she looks strong. Like we saw that photo, she looked like she was gonna tackle Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Or Pat Mahomes. And in this case, it's like you already look
Pat Mahomes.
I mean, Bryce could tackle.
Okay. Hey.
Okay.
6 times I can.
Okay. Anyway, she already looks so strong. So it's like we're gonna watch her doing the damn thing in these challenges already. There's gonna be eyes on her already. So that's the one thing that scares me. Like she's a beast. We know that.
Another thing that scares me, just hearing that she is the only woman on the hockey team and the captain of the hockey team, I might feel like she might have a connection to men, right? Like, and so I feel like she might be on a hockey team. I know how to play with men, so she might gravitate a little to the men a little more. And I hope she doesn't isolate from the other women on her tribe, because then the women could be like, oh, we got to get her out. She's in with the guys. So.
And I've just been talking all about this, her being physically strong. What's her occupation? PhD candidate. She's also smart. She's a huge threat at the age of 24.
Yeah, that's crazy. It might actually put her in a real power position if she has that connection with men because of her background, but she also she's going to connect with the women. So if the women need her to come over here, but the men want to come over here, so she might be in a swing position on several occasions. I can also see, and I hope maybe that this happens, but I think I also saw, this is kind of putting the cart before the horse, but Mitch, whenever we get to Mitch, I believe that Mitch has a stutter, and he's open about talking about that in one of his confessionals. And so I wonder if, them two connect over. We have something that we struggle with, that we have to push over and overcome, and we do, and we still continue to. And if that may bond them, and they may work together in that way. So it'll be interesting to see if those two worlds maybe collide. But also Rhode Island. I don't think I remember many people from Rhode Island on the show. Rhode Island's like a little small little place.
I'm the Prince of Rhode Island. Bruce was from Rhode Island. Jamal's from Rhode Island.
Oh,
and Aaron Meredith. Yep. And there is someone else too. I forget. But yeah, no, Rhode Island has some representation out up in here. And I used to run in them streets in Rhode Island.
Oh, that's
Where else
nice.
is
2
that?
traffic lights,
You said what, JJ?
James.
I didn't say anything. I don't think.
Oh.
He said you ran through them streets on them 2 traffic lights. That's what I heard.
I did say that. I don't know how many traffic
God.
lights y'all got, but it do seem. I've never been there, but it do seem like small. Like it's a cul-de-sac.
You can drive through the whole state in an hour.
My God, today, tomorrow, and next week.
Okay. Well, we like Eva. Let's move on to our next person. Who do we have? Wendeezy.
Next person we have is Kyle Frasier, 31 years old, from Roanoke, Virginia, lives in Brooklyn, New York. He's an attorney. 3 words to describe him: fun, crafty, and social. Why do you want to be a part of Survivor? It's the best game on earth. Even though my and my tribe mates' backgrounds will color the game, they can't control the game. It's the one place where your actions inside of this society are almost entirely what matters. Beautiful.
Okay, I'm worried
It's
for
like Wendell
Kyle.
with a box.
Right, that's what I was about to say. That answer that Kyle just gave is like, are you running for president? And so, like, I'm worried for Kyle because I almost get Caleb vibes.
I get Caleb.
Right, and it's like I can see it. It's almost like, I mean, Kyle looks pretty perfect to me too. Like, I feel like he is that clean cut, like great on paper, good in school. I worry that his likability, I feel like he's crafty, great, sociable, but I feel like that's going to put targets on Kyle's back. I need Kyle to ruffle up his shirt a little bit, and I don't know, but I'm nervous for Kyle because he's so likable. I love Kyle. I love to replace him with with Wendell.
The hard part about Kyle is he doesn't have any obvious weaknesses. You want to have an obvious weakness or something that people can look at you and say you can't do. And when they can't look at you and say, "Oh, you're kind of tall, you're kind of like you're in shape, you're a lawyer, you're social," so it's like, what can't you do? And then when you don't have that, that raises your threat level. So he's going to really have to build relationships and find people that want to protect him. So
I think he'll do okay. Attorneys and lawyers, they normally do well. Historically, they do really well. I also, you said he's from, did you say, you said Roanoke? What did you say?
Yeah, he's from Roanoke.
Yeah. Okay, VA. But did you say something about Brooklyn?
Now he lives in Brooklyn.
Oh, that Stephanie was from Brooklyn. So I don't know if they're on the same tribe. I don't remember if they're on the same tribe or not. But that's interesting. But I think looking at his body language, to me, I mean, he looks like he's pretty fit and like he can hold his own to challenges. And he's a lawyer, so he's smart. He's witty. He can keep up with the convos and like that strategic way. But his body language don't give me like the buff, overly masculine, overly cocky vibe. Like his shoulders seem a little up. Like he just seems not so like chest out, cocky vibe like you might get. Do I?
That's good.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's good. I'm saying that's a good thing. So he's not going in flexing like this. Like he's just existing in space, which I think is nice. And he may be able to slip and let somebody else, like that guy that we saw earlier with that tank top on. There's some other people that may cascade light in front of him that he might can slip through just enough. You get to the merge, put it on full gas, and you can go. He just got to get there.
Yeah, like Berger.
I'm rooting for everybody black, so for sure. So I need him to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're rooting for Kyle. Kyle, yeah.
Yeah.
He looks good,
like
but
Kyle.
I'm scared just like
Right.
Caleb. Scared.
Right. And just reading what you wrote, right? It just sounded like prim and proper. So I'm nervous for Kyle, but we love Kyle. All right, who we got next? Oh, we've got Mitch.
Yep.
Mitch Guerra is next, 34 years old, from Waco, Texas. Currently lives in Waco, Texas. He's a phys ed coach, a PE coach. 3 words to describe you: joyful, relational, and competitive. Why do you want to be on Survivor? I want to prove to myself that my speech impediment doesn't limit me and that I can come out here and compete with anyone. Love it. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? Growing up as a person who stutters really forced me to become comfortable being uncomfortable. It forced me to work through hard moments every day by continually putting myself out there, thus allowing me to become more resilient. We love it.
Yes. I love Mitch. I'm going to go out on a limb. Again, like I said, what we feel like makes us different is our superpower. And I feel like Mitch, his whole life has had to like go above and beyond. And I feel like this is just what I get from Mitch. I feel like Mitch is going to be a menace. Mitch is going to come out here and Mitch is going like, you know what? I feel like Mitch is going to play a nasty game. Nasty in a good way. Like, I feel like he's going to be manipulative. He's going to like play these people. He's going to play Survivor. I feel like we're at home going to be rooting for him is what I'm getting from Mitch. And I love to see it.
I would love to
think
see.
I'm a little worried though, because what I gather, these people out there, they try to find anything that makes you difficult so that they can get rid of you. And you know, I hope that this does not happen, but I can see a world in which, you know, people find it, you know, hard, the communication difficult, and then they may just want to excise him for that, which I don't want to see happen at all. But I know people are just trying to find anything that's like, this is too difficult, boom. So I hope that does not happen.
They're not going to do that to him. People are too, I think you're too aware. I think people will see him and want to work with him. And I hope Bryce, I hope Mitch is a menace out there. I hope he uses his speech impediment to like loosen people up, and I hope he runs around and does crazy things out there.
And let's be clear. You said his occupation was a PE teacher. You know how bad them kids be at PE. Like, you know, Mitch is going to know how to gather people together. And I just have a sense that Mitch is going to play a phenomenal game. I think it might maybe have undertones of villain, but listen, sometimes you got to be in your villain era. And I'm here for Mitch to be a villain and have these people going crazy. So I'd love to see it. What you got to say, JJ?
I just feel you have to kind of probably watch his energy level. And he seems like he's very energetic. You work with kids. And, you know, you have to keep that energy level constant as a PE teacher, you know, to keep the kids motivated. And on Survivor, you have to really just read the room and try to read the room of your tribe. So if he can find somebody with that same energy, but sometimes those overly energetic folks are either, you know, people that you kind of target because you're like, I don't want to deal with this overly energetic. If you're looking at him and thinking that, okay, he's going to run around the island causing mischief, X, Y, Z, I'm pretty sure that's what some other people are looking for in this cast, and that may not be part of the game that they like. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things. So hopefully, you know, his tribe looks pretty strong. So he get through a couple of tribal councils, a couple of challenges, no tribal, get those relationships, then you can do the mischief. But you got to keep that energy level kind of low until you really know when to unleash it. That's what I think. And I think he has a chance, you know?
Okay.
Can it be mischievous Mitch?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I really hope so. And again, I would love to see him and the Eva get Eva, however you say it. It might be Eva, but yeah. I hope that they can, you know, maybe get together. I would just love to see that personally. They're both so strong.
All right. Well, who we got next? Let's see who we got.
Next is Cy Hugley, or Say.
I'm worried.
Taiwana Hugley. She's 30. She's from Philadelphia, PA. She lives in Sea Valley, California. She's a marketing professional. 3 words to describe you: outgoing, kind, and driven. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? Representation will always matter. It is so important for other young Black POC women to see themselves in spaces not many POC occupy often. I'm doing this for all the other young Black girls out there seeing the adventure of a lifetime.
Come on, brown skin girl.
No notes needed from me. You know where I'm rocking with. You only got you don't even ain't no word. That's.
Let it out, James.
No, I mean, she from Philly. She talking
Get right.
I mean, I feel like Philly folks play this game like really well. We play from a very like a baseline loyalty level that is higher than most other cities. Just how we roll. It's how we rock out. It's how we play. It's by nature, and I feel like if they value loyalty and she is a Philly person to her core, you know, I feel like she can go far and do things.
Listen, she is in her Saquon Barkley era, and Saquon just won the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. So it's giving. She reminds me of Cooper catching the touchdown on his birthday on the Super Bowl. Okay, I don't got no advice from her. She from Philly. She gonna win the season. Bring another
I
title
hope
home,
so.
sis.
I hope so. And I what I love is some of her answers remind me of me. One of the things I really pushed for when I said I went out there is that I wanted, young black men to be able to see, because when I walk into a space, people already have a perception about who I am, what I do, how I do it, how I look, and how I move. And like, you can exist the way that you exist and be strong, and you do all of these things that you can do. We are not, weaker than any other, demographic or whatever. So I love that. And then when she said something that made her prepared for the game, the passing of her grandma, and I feel like the passing of my dad really prepared me for the game, which happened right before we went. So it's something about, you lose somebody, but you get so much when you lose them, though. Like they leave so much behind for you to go forward with. So I think she's ready for the endurance that this game's gonna take. My only advice and my only thing I'm worried about with this Philadelphia beautiful queen is these jean shorts. Now, I'm worried about these jean shorts, and I hope that she can move through what she got to move through in the ways in which she needs to. But the water, and the just the jeans. I'm just worried about jeans.
She ready for war, yo. That's how we fight in jean shorts, yo. That's how it works. She's ready to war out there.
She got a protective style, like. She seemed ready. She laced up. She definitely laced up.
She got the straight backs. She
got the straight backs. Okay, she listen.
I mean, she got the Queen Latifah set it off break. She's ready. She's ready.
And
she need her money.
So yeah, I'm rooting for her.
We are rooting for this queen. All right. So who we got next? Oh,
so we have 45-year-old Joe Hunter from Vacaville, California. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not sure. He lives in West Sacramento, California. He's a fire captain. Courageous, compassionate. 3 words to describe you. Courageous, compassionate, loving, kick-ass dad.
Oh.
I'm not a mathematician, but that sounds like 6 words.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'm trying to do. There's a lot of work.
You
wait a minute. No.
Looking at this photo, though, you know what energy I'm getting from him?
Dom?
The real winner of Ghost Island. I get Dominic Abatse from him. I get a very commanding personality from Joe.
Who's out? I feel like that commanding personality may not be the best. He seems like he's take charge. A very I'm here photo. It's kind of like Kyle's kind of hands on his folder was like, I'm laid back. This hand on his folder means like, I may knock you out. And there's a different level of aggression that's coming here, I feel like, which I like. I like that. But I don't know if how many from a new era personality standpoint is really in your face type people. So
giving Cody to me.
So let's learn a little bit more about Joe. Yes. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? My sister, she was a big fan of the show from when it started. She asked me to apply years ago and many times. I didn't think we could do it. Then she was taken from me by domestic violence. It took me years, but this is for her. It was about doing this for her and giving her peace that her brother did it for her. So he's got a real mission. He's got a real purpose.
Wow.
Yeah. And his sister is definitely going to show up on that island and support and guide him. And yeah, I like Joe's energy. I think that Joe has, and I feel like you call a thing a thing. Sometimes you get out there as a survivor and there's people that people gravitate to, right? Like he's a father. I feel like people will gravitate to Joe, and I feel like he will be a leader. I see it in him. And hearing that story is touching to my heart. Losing a sibling is definitely not something that is easy. And I think when you go out on Survivor, you don't have a cell phone. There's a way that you tap in to the people that you have lost. You see different things and signs. And I feel like Joe has what it takes. I could see Joe being a winner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a family man too. Favorite hobbies: taking my kids to the pool, family trips, dance parties with the kiddos, going to Tahoe with the family. So we've seen family men, Jeremy Collins, Tony. We see these older guys, servicemen who are family men, do pretty well. So play strong games, but do pretty well. So let's keep our eyes on Joe.
I'll be interested to see how he adapts too, because so far he's the oldest that we've had so far, and he might do that fatherly thing, and then people might gravitate. But we've also seen that play out where you do that thing, and people are like, I'm not vibing.
Great point, Tev. Do people call you Tev? Is Tev good?
Yeah,
No,
that's cool.
Tev is good. Great point, Tev. I think another point is being 45 isn't that big a deal when you have 38-year-olds and 35-year-olds around. It's different when you're like 45 and the best closest person is like 25. So I feel like having older people, like I say this a lot, but I feel like having older people or just like like not like the a bunch of one age group particularly, just having people spread out is very good for everybody's game. You know, so I think that's also good for some of the quote unquote older players.
Well, I mean, he's around the same age as Wendell, so I mean, is that older?
In New Age Survivor? Yes.
Okay, just asking.
Okay. Wendell's not that young.
Okay.
You are moments away. Moments.
First off, we all look the same age. You know what I'm saying? I look the youngest.
No, we don't. Well, decade, y'all look. Tevin and I are look decades younger.
That's worse than that lie they said when Donna went in the White House. They were like beauties back in the White House. I said, where?
James might look the youngest in our group, but I look the second youngest. That's for sure. One thing for sure, two things for certain.
Take your hat off, Wendell.
See that hairline? We still there. We standing 10 toes down.
Okay.
James, look at James' girls.
Okay.
Okay, James is a ladies' man.
James, what you say?
Can we get the next person up, please? Like that would be great. The next contestant.
Next contestant, and I'm gonna butcher her name. I'm sorry. Camila Karthigesu. 31 years old, from Toronto, Canada. Lives in Foster City, California. She's a software engineer. 3 words to describe you: silly, expressive, and impatient.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be part of Survivor? I wanted to play since I was 9 because the challenges looked fun. But now I'm old, so they look less fun. Instead, I want to play a solid, fun game and rep brown girls as well, since our representation was non-existent when I was growing up. I want to show all the brown girls life's better when you ignore the aunties and do the exact opposite of what they want you to do. Be yourself and love yourself.
Okay.
I love her.
The aunties be up in your business, okay?
I love her vibe. I'm worried about how their vibes go show up on that island. I'm concerned about that, but I love her vibe.
You're gonna have to find somebody that like really is like. I would love to play with somebody like that, like, cause I feel like I like that. But she would have to find somebody to probably cushion the blows. And personally, I'm voting anybody out from Canada for off rip. If I see a Canadian on the island, why are we keeping you here? Like what are we doing here? Like why are we experimenting with these, Canadians coming down and getting top 5 and winning the show? Like, y'all gotta go. Like, we had to kind of get back to that, America first.
It's also her calling her so old and she ain't but 31 for me. That's what it is for me.
She's a bit older than me. Yeah. But
Yes,
I feel like she's spunky. I feel like she's not going to hold back. I feel like she's going to tell people how it is. And I like that, right? But I am like you, Tevin. I'm a little nervous for how other people will receive her. And I I want to say I want her to hold back a little bit, but I don't want her to hold back because it's like I want you to come out there and be yourself. Because sometimes I feel like when you go out there and say you're not vibing with people, it makes you a target. However, this tribe, this season is smart people. Know that, okay, if they go on for this person, maybe I need to go over here and work with this person and let's pull a big move and get somebody else out. So I really hope that she is able to do something like that. I love her energy already. I can just tell in her stance that she is like chipper, perky, fun. Like I just feel like she'd be one of my friends. I like Camila.
I think it's so interesting though that she's like silly and quirky and like all these things that she's self-proclaimed, but also put impatient in there. And somebody who has that kind of energy normally is a person that needs to be given patience because they are so off the wall. So she kind of has this duality going on that'll be interesting to watch. That she can kind of be off the wall, but also is very quick, responsive when it's somebody else doing something, and how that may show up in her tribe. So I'm interested to see how that plays out.
Hey, I would definitely have a drink with her. I feel like it's one of those personalities where you're gonna love her or hate her, but I feel like she's one of those people that could be underestimated. Looking at her two other tribe mates who have a lot bigger quote unquote personalities, I would think she's gonna try with a hockey player, and we're gonna get to the next young lady she's with. You have the football player, I think, and Mitch is like. I feel like so if she can go under the radar, I feel like she can be one of those dangerous people that understands the game that you're not really paying attention to, but will end up can be at the end and make a move on you and propel themselves to the win around 6 or 7. So those are the dangerous folks. The folks you're like, oh, they can't win, or oh, they have something, they're too impatient. Or those are the people that are the most dangerous when you get into the Wendell and Tab, when you get into the end game or you're getting towards that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm needless to say, I'm interested to see how she will integrate with her tribe, or like I'm just so curious to see her personality on this season. It's going to be so fun to see how it shakes out.
Hey man, these Canadians do well, She's probably going top 5, That's how it works.
Yeah.
I believe it. All right, well, let's keep
Drake.
first look moving. Oh, okay.
My God.
Bryce, relax yourself.
My God. This is the boy that drinks chocolate milk.
Oh.
Bryce, he drinks chocolate milk.
Okay. This is David Chin or
I'm curious if you ever had a caramel latte. I mean, a caramel macchiato.
TD Jake said, have you ever been swallowed?
Have you ever been swallowed? Okay. Have you ever had a
Wendell, you want to read what this guy's about?
I would like to read. I would like to continue on, but these two gentlemen are being not so gentle. David Kin is 39 years old from Long Beach, California. Oh. He lives in Buena Park, California. He's a stunt performer. 3 words to describe you: passionate, daring, and curious. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? I believe my background will give me an advantage in the games in many ways. I've gained confidence through my accomplishments, and I seek the adventure, experience, and validation that I do well. I love challenges, and to me, this show seems as if it could challenge me in ways I have not yet been. Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you reread? Did he say I seek validation? Is that what he said?
No. I might have messed that up. Okay. I've gained confidence through my accomplishments, and I seek the adventure, experience, and validation I do well. Oh, he seeks the validation that he would do well. So he needs to validate himself. No, he believes it, and he wants to validate that. I think that's what he's saying.
Well, if you need anybody to help the validation, David, I think that this season I can validate you very well, because for me, it's given a tree. Okay. And it's a tall tree. And what does a tall tree need? I will sure find out. But every tall tree, you know what they need? They need roots. Okay. Call me the root, okay? From the rooter to the tutor. Okay. David, I will hold you down. Okay. I've seen enough. You ever seen that show? I think it was like Tabitha when they used to do the kitchen. Like, give me the keys. I've seen enough here. David, I've seen enough here. Give me that shirt.
David is in danger. David looks more like Goliath. So he is very swole from the rooter to the tutor, and people gonna look at that and already be put off the challenge wise. They're gonna be like, but that may be a reason to keep him around because he does look like the provider. And so I don't know. He's gonna have to really mitigate his threat level with all them things going on.
The buffer you are, the better your social game has to be.
Yeah.
Or the more in shape you look, the better your social game has to be. And the thing about when you actually do look like you are good at challenges, you actually have to be good at challenges. And because if you aren't, that's like the one thing that's like having people keep you there. Is they're like, well, we need this guy for challenges. So my advice would be to kind of lay low. Don't volunteer for the puzzle. Let someone else do that. Use that strength when appropriate and lay that blame elsewhere.
Yeah. I think he will be intimidating because he does look pretty tall. I think, though, people are going to, like you said, perception matters. So people are going to see him tall. They're going to judge like, oh, he's a threat. But I think from what I have read, it seems like I think he might be a little more in touch with like his personal insides. And I think that he will be able to win people over. He's won me over and I haven't even heard him speak. So I think that if he can do a good job of balancing just the physical lust, the physical temptation, physical threats, I think that
leave him alone.
I'm just saying.
Who? I mean,
to the next. We have to continue, bro.
Okay, sorry. I don't want Austin to be mad, but I think Austin has moved on, and I think I should move on. But okay, who we got
next?
Here?
We have Thomas Cringer, 34 years old, from the Woodlands, Texas. He lives in Los Angeles. He's a music executive. 3 words: outgoing, emotional, loyal. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? I always encourage those around me to chase their dreams and be vulnerable. So I feel like it's time for me to take my own advice and do something I love, even if it scares me to death.
Okay, a lot of LA girlies this time.
Yes.
I feel like he's in a good position where he looks like he's not going to be looked at the most intimidating guy out there, or not the biggest. So I think you want to be in the middle of kind of almost everything. So I feel like he seems like he's one of those guys that's not intimidating, that gets along with everybody. And, giving me a little bit of, I don't know what energy from a previous season he gives, but it's giving like, I'm not scared of this guy. Like, I feel like if I'm up against this person, I can win. And that's kind of the look and the feel you want people to think or perceive about you going into the season. Like, you don't want people looking at you and say, hey, this guy clearly has it all together, or this guy in a cookie cutter stereotypical way. Like, he looks like he's probably cool at the party, also cool in different venues, has a lot of diverse friendships, so he can flow in different situations. But you're never going to look at this person just at least by this picture and say, oh shit, he's like a Mitch, or he's like the other big firefighter guy. He's like, yeah, I'm here chilling, and you kind of want to be here chilling.
You know who I think? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I look at him and I think of a Zeke.
Yeah.
It's interesting y'all say that. I don't see who I see Jake.
I can get that. I'm with that.
I don't see Jake as much.
I see Jake with a beard, with a mustache. I kind of do see that. We're like Jake. Oh, sorry. Go back, Bryce. I'm sorry.
So no. Are y'all saying like you? He just looks like Zeke, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm saying, well, he does look like Zeke, but I'm saying like I get the archetype of what he described. I see like the player arc of like I see a Jake in Thomas, and I feel like Thomas is like that. This is like a random synopsis, but I feel like Thomas is like that kid in the school that like you knew in like 3rd grade, but then when you got to high school, y'all was cool. Like y'all vibed out to music. You hotboxed in your mom's car. Like I feel like Thomas is like that cool kid, and I feel like he is not on the higher threat level like other people, I feel like Thomas is going to be a problem. I think that like if he gets to the end, something serious. Because first of all, music exec, you got to listen. You got to sit in a lot of meetings. You got to talk to a lot of people. You got to have an ear. You're listening. You know, these senses are strong. And it's just the way that like, you know, he just got his hand in his pocket. I feel like if a J was rolled up, I feel like you passed it to Johnny. Like, I just feel like he just looked cool. And is he from LA?
Texas.
Yeah.
Lives in LA.
He lives in LA now.
He live in LA. Okay, so you know yeah. Thomas is cool. I can just sense that.
He looks like he's one of those guys that like when you like they can randomly be in any type of party and you're like, oh, like when you walk into this person's house, oh, he's just chilling there. He's on the playlist, you know, MVP like type. But it's like he's tangential to like the bigger personality person, right? And those are the people that, you know, are kind of the most dangerous in this type of game. So
yeah. Okay. Well,
I like that he kind of looks like also like he could vibe with the women, he could vibe with the men. Like I feel like sometimes people come in and or some of the men come in and it feels like they're gonna be men strong and like they want to make a men's tribe and they just, you know, pick the women off. But he seemed like he could really float. Maybe even like a Omer type. It may even be like this fluid slipping and sliding type of game. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
I think we should keep an eye on him because, like you guys mentioned, this music exec thing. One prompt is, what's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? He says, my friend and I lament that we work in a viper pit on a regular basis. Nothing has prepared me more for this game than the music business. So first of all, like y'all said, he's used to like, you know, snakes in the grass. But also when you say he can negotiate between the women and the men, when it comes to favorite hobbies, he says the Real Housewives.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thomas just scored some major points. Okay.
Yeah. So
now I need to know, Thomas, what's your franchise, Thomas? You giving me New York? You giving me Beverly Hills?
It's giving how House of Krottinger or however you say his last name.
So that's what you're saying. You're saying New York, you're saying Beverly Hills, and Thomas is going to say Atlanta and blow y'all all minds out.
Oh, right. He should say Potomac. But yeah, no, for sure.
I can see that though. So I'm glad you read that, Wendell, because I can see that.
And he's a gay man. He says his biggest inspiration is his husband, Michael. And he says he will be the sole survivor because I'm going to hoodwink these people into thinking I'm not a threat until it's too late and there's nothing they can do. So I'm going to say right away, keep your eyes on Thomas.
Yeah, I could see him going all the way.
Yeah,
I can too.
Yeah,
I like Thomas. All right, who we got? Ooh.
Kevin Leo.
Oh, I've seen him.
34 years old. You've seen him from Fremont, California. Lives in Livermore, California. Finance manager. 3 words: energetic, social, determined. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? I started watching Survivor during Cook Islands. I saw Yule as an inspiration to apply. It has taken some time to be physically ready, but I believe now I have strategic, social, and physical skills to do well on Survivor.
Oh, well, it looks like you're physically ready to me, Kevin.
Is this the first Kevin? I think because I thought I read somebody say we got Tevin before we got Kevin, so I don't think there's been a Kevin yet. He might be the first. That's some super fan will write that in the comments below. I don't know, but I think that he's the first Kevin.
Gotta be Kevin's in Survivor.
Yeah, there has to be. But listen, Kevin looks physically fit. He looks friendly. He looks like he has prepared for this. I feel like he is ready. I
feel like this just kind of what I'm feeling is that he has to be able to adapt. Where if you go in, you're super prepared. I have the game that I want to play. I've been preparing for this moment for a long time. I think you have to be just as aware to play the game you want to play, but play the game that's presented to you. And if he can adapt to the game that's presented to him, he can use all the things that he has from his in shape, intellect, and all that stuff. But if you try to play the game you want to play and that you're playing to play, and that may be an issue.
Yeah, he seems super charming. I mean, the videos that I saw on Instagram of him, and I think he's the guy in like the trailer, and he was talking, and then a fly came by, and he just kind of reacted and was like, "What is that?" And then he came back. So he has like not a chaotic energy, but just very fun and bubbly. And I think that will be nice because he has this physical looking ability, but he also is relatable in the sense that he's fun and just kind of, just bubbly. So that'll be fun to watch.
I'll tell you why I'm scared for my man. Okay. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? As a side job post-college, I worked at Abercrombie & Fitch as a greeter model. I learned that effectively complimenting, smile, and charming people while still being genuine goes a long way in terms of likability. Those skills have prepared me to interact with all people on Survivor. When I say I'm scared for him, I say this. Like, I don't want you to be the guy that is too smiley in everyone's face, kind of almost like a Caleb. Like, Caleb was like too social and too friendly to everybody, and that, I think, was a big hindrance to his game. In this case, with Kevin, I don't want him to totally rely on that. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't think that's like Survivor prep advice. It was like when the girl went on Naked and Afraid and said she survived poverty and that's going to prepare her for Naked and Afraid. It's like that doesn't equate to anything. Like, so, but I mean, but I feel like you can ask those questions, you can put it on the spot, but I just don't know if that is. And to Tevin saying the fly swatting him, I don't know how he's going to do out here. How hot it's going to be. And you can have a plan, but when you're cold, hungry, wet,
it's more than just smiling at people and being friendly to people.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's Abercrombie, so we know. We know the history of Abercrombie. Also, Wendell, where did you work when you were at Morehouse?
Oh, whoa!
I'm just.
Yo, you was modeling in college, bro?
I didn't say that prepared me for Survivor.
Okay.
I worked at Abercrombie while I was at Morehouse.
Now let's ask this: did they have you at the door greeting like our model friend, or what was your, where did you work? What were you doing?
I was on the floor.
Okay.
I can't. You folded the shirt and put it back on a shelf.
Yeah. You have to remember this was Wendell's days when he used to wear this shell necklaces, and he used to wear like the hats on his head.
What you talking about, man? Bryce, you didn't know me then, and you don't know me now.
Yeah, anyway,
this ain't about me. This is about Kevin.
I do find interesting that he did bring up the Abercrombie & Fitch thing, though, and not that, the thing that might have helped him is him being a finance manager. Working with numbers, crunching numbers, like that kind of mental strategic space you got to be in to calculate, like that might be stronger than the other thing. But maybe he's just thinking like, it is a social game and it's cool. So maybe he's thinking about the social.
Oh, see, I read that I from what I heard, I got that he is a numbers guy. He's smart, but what he's saying is that like he can rely on his good looks, and that is a thing. People tend to gravitate to attractive people. So
this ain't Big Brother though.
No one care how cute you look on the island. Yeah.
This ain't Big Brother.
No one be caring.
If I were out there, I would want to work with Kevin. So
yes,
that's
you
why
would.
they put you in the beauty tribe.
He would have had me. He could still have me.
What you got to say, Wendell?
Which previous player do you identify with the most? Who do you think you'll play like the most? David versus Goliath was one of my favorite seasons. I identify with a lot of the Davids, Christian, Nick, Davey, because of their tenacity and grit to band together. I hopefully will play like Caleb from Survivor 45 and use my social charm to influence people, but hopefully not be too charming where they see me as a threat.
All right,
we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you, Kevin.
That is wild.
What I just said.
Next.
Man, hey Kevin, we're wishing you the best, brother. I can't wait to meet you, Kevin. We wishing you the best, but don't be too Caleb out there.
Okay,
we love Caleb.
Don't be too Caleb out there.
Caleb out there.
Yeah, that smile will get you in trouble. All right, let's see.
Oh,
okay.
Why you-
Yo, I feel like too many people are listening to It's a Look and they doing this hand on their shoulder, on their waist
Listen, 'cause
thing picture.
it's the science. It's a proven science.
It's a pr-
That is a quintessential winter pose, but I don't want to talk. We're not here to talk about their poses. We're here to just give our first look.
Them clothes is iron though. Them
Okay,
torches, them
okay,
press.
okay. Cedric has a grandmother or a mother that ironed them. They got
And
the
I can see from
pleats out.
here. I can see from here. He is very straight. He's very like straight and narrow because he got the buttons of the collar, them little buttons under the collar. He got those buttoned. That is a
I
very
like that.
specific kind of shirt wear.
Oh yeah. He's a real one for that. Yeah, gotta button the buttons on the collar. Anyway,
He might be a
Cedric
doctor.
is 45 from Columbia, South Carolina, lives in Greenville, South Carolina. He is a surgeon.
Oh,
3 words to describe you: dependable, determined, and conscientious. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? Having regularly watched Survivor since 2000, I constantly find myself answering how I would react and perform compared to other contestants. As we're not getting any younger, I finally wanted to know the experience for myself. It is a phenomenon that I can't readily shake. So instead of potentially living with regret of not trying, I am here to experience it myself.
okay. I'm a little nervous for Cedric because I feel like if you are a surgeon, you are used to doing surgery, scalpel, more suctioning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you are that.
When have you been in the OR?
Suctioning. Whoa,
When have you seen the OR?
whoa, right. Whoa. We don't want to hear about your personal life, Bryce.
Like, I don't know what you was
Listen.
describing. That don't sound like ER, bro.
That
This man is a
Cedric would say
surgeon.
scalpels.
Read
crown-
on background.
Clean up
Suctioning.
aisle 3.
I feel like
More. Whoa,
I worry for
baby
Cedric.
oil.
Not the baby
What other
oil,
ingredients
okay?
you need? It's surgery? This is what they call surgery now?
Y'all are stupid.
Cover the back. Why? Why you just got the back of your gown open? Okay, listen.
Yo, no anesthesia here.
I don't need no numbing cream. Anyway, listen.
Bunny
Cedric.
costume.
Not a bunny costume.
Yeah.
Is that an enema? Okay, listen.
All right, so Cedric, I think he actually has a chance because he doesn't
I
seem
saw
very
that chuckle,
threatening.
Tevin. Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
He doesn't seem very threatening. And here's the deal: I feel like he's gonna have that kind of old man country strength.
But that's what's kind of scares me though, because I feel like I just, again, him being a surgeon, I can't, like, he is used to being in charge. He has someone's life in their hands. I don't think he is going to be able to, like,
I
sit
think
back and go with the flow.
I think you have. All right, so I'm gonna disagree with you. One of the whys I feel like the hospitals are like social environments where you have to navigate different personalities, different.
Yeah, but
other
there are
doctors.
hierarchies. There are hierarchies in
No,
this
they-
social environment. Yes, there is.
Exactly, and there's different surgical hierarchies. So you're on the surgery team. There's 10 other surgery people in your department, and y'all are all jockeying too. It's not just being the surgeon and then dictating down what happens. You have to deal with the people above you, the medical directors. You have to deal. I feel like if he has a humble approach, he may not even say he's a surgeon. He may pull a couture and say, I'm a nurse. I work in the back office of a doctor's office. He may say he's a surgeon, he may not. But I feel like if he leans into being a surgeon, he is older. It's like I feel like he can be that kind of provider dad role that can possibly switch it as you wouldn't expect to make that very calculating move. But because he is a surgeon, he can make that calculating cut when needed to be. I don't know what surgery you're doing, Bryce.
I like Cedric. I feel like he has a very friendly, polished demeanor. His aura is friendly. Again, knowing that surgeon background, I feel like he's going to be a leader. He's not like, he's saving lives. I don't act like I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, this is what I need done. And so I don't know how that will that might ruffle some other
He could be
feathers.
taking off bunions. We don't know if he's a podiatrist. He's not
But
saving no lives.
regardless, but I feel like he has old school values that I feel like will help him in the game. Like I feel like Cedric, people will gravitate towards Cedric.
Can I say something random?
Uh-oh.
I feel like they should, in these cast photos, people should they should make them wear shoes. I want to see what your shoe game is. That tells me a lot too about what you bring into the table. I want to see what sneakers you want to pull out with your fit. Because what
would you have said to me, James?
Until you have the sneakers. So
James, I'd like to know what you would have said to me. I had on brown loafers.
Walking up the beach.
Well,
for a photo shoot, I'd have been like, this man is sharp and he's prepared. I've been like, because your fit probably would have matched what you had on. Like, because you get to see, okay, this person got it. Now, if you see someone else, like, they wearing something, you like, yo, them Reeboks is dick, bro. Like, you got, like, you know what they about. You like, you really need this, don't you? You out here for this million. Like, you know certain things you can maybe be able to tell.
You know, some of the aesthetics nowadays are, the Air Force Ones that are beat up. That's what a lot of the, the kids are wearing. So what would you tell by that?
I should have wore some black forces out there. Let everybody know I'm in business. That's what I should have worn. Some black forces.
Not black forces.
Yep.
I used to have a pair. Okay. Well, that's Cedric. Let's keep it moving. Who else do we have?
We have...
Okay, Charity.
Yes.
39, 34 years old from Monroe, Michigan. Lives in St. Petersburg, Florida. She's a flight attendant. 3 words: bold, fun, and loyal. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? Because for years, my insecurities held me back from so much in life. I always wanted to be on Survivor, but never thought I could do it. Now I'm here making up for lost time and experiences I used to hold myself back from. What is the accomplishment you're most proud of? Losing 100 pounds and getting healthy inside and out, and now coaching women through their health journeys.
Wow.
Respect.
Wow is right.
She had me at flight attendant because I feel like that it takes a certain type of person that you have to navigate these people that are traveling, be friendly, but you also still can be shady. I feel like I like Charity. I think that she is somebody we need to watch.
I like that descriptive word, bold. I just like that word. I like the use of that bold. That makes me excited.
I feel like I like Charity. I hope that she can find someone to be loyal with her, and I hope that she doesn't give her loyalty to the wrong person. That'd be my only concern. You got to find your people out here, and I feel like as a flight attendant, talking about what she talked about, I feel like she gives off very much self-assured confidence. And sometimes demonstrating confidence isn't the best thing on Survivor. Sometimes you want to have the perception that you aren't confident with other people, and because that kind of lowers and makes them feel more comfortable. So I think her being very comfortable with herself, her being able to be a flight way to people could be intimidating to some people. So I think just watching that a little bit, and other than that, I feel like she can go really far.
I think there's something wonderful to her journey of losing 100 pounds that I think when you've kind of seen both sides of something like that, there is something that I guess reminds you of how hard things have been or whatnot. And I think being a flight attendant, she clearly has confidence and whatnot, but also you learn to cater to many types of people on this flight. And I think that in interacting with so many people, I think that that'll probably help her on the island.
Absolutely.
She definitely ain't scared of nothing, because I ain't getting on nobody plane. They be joking around on me because I get on the Greyhound bus, but I ain't getting in the air with nobody. Them planes been very much so going this way, and I ain't trying to be up in the air. So for you to decide I'm gonna ride a plane every day for I ain't doing that. So she ain't scared of nothing.
Okay, that is very true.
Come on, Charity.
I ain't
Okay.
scared. She ain't scared of nothing. But I'm excited to see her. She's from Florida. She ain't from Miami, though. If she was from Miami, I was like, all right. Because Miami is different. Miami ain't even attached to Florida. It's something else. So if it was going to be Miami, I was like, okay, D is coming back. D is on the way back to the beach. But I don't know much about this. I think you said St.
Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. St. Pete is real down in St. Pete. I went to FAMU. I know some people from St. Pete. So,
well, she might be rough then. She might be ready for it.
Hey, man.
Okay. Well, that's our girl Charity. Who else? Who do we have next?
We have Justin Piazzi he's 29 from Winthrop, Massachusetts. And
Tevin, why you call him Short Jelinski? Why you do that, yo? Why did you call him Short Jelinski? That was not nice, Tev. In the chat, Tevin, why did you call him Short?
I didn't say a word, but it is giving that a little bit.
It's giving Jelinski and Ben's cousin.
Yes.
Yo, Belinsky.
Justin. Belinsky.
Belinsky.
Yo, that's wild.
What do you do? I'm so interested in this person. What do you do?
Go.
This guy got a lot to him, believe it or not. He is check this out. He's a pizzeria manager. He's
okay.
Hardworking and resilient. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? Survivor has been a family passion for over 2 decades. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I want to put my education, hear that word, life experience, and preparation to the ultimate test. This man is a pizzeria manager. However, I read up on this guy. I believe he has like a Yale degree or something crazy.
Oh, wow.
How old is he?
Let me find. He's 29 years old.
So,
but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Where is it?
Could we be getting Jesse vibes?
Maybe.
All right,
you don't see Jesse vibe, James? I'm just saying because I like the fact that he's super smart, but he's down to earth. He runs a pizzeria, but that could be very hectic and crazy at times.
So I think the thing about New Era is they really be trying to cast smart people now. Like I feel like they don't really cast.
I mean that's not exclusive to the New Era.
I think it could be. I mean,
no, it's not. James, they was casting smart. They was casting smart people well beyond before the New Era. Okay, that's not something exclusive to the New Era.
I feel you.
What is the accomplishment you're most proud of? I was the youngest legislative aide in the history of the Massachusetts State House. At the time, I didn't think much of it. I just wanted to help my boss any way that I could. But looking back, it's really awesome to have worked at the highest level of state politics as a teenager.
Justin was whipping votes as a teenager. Don't let him get to the end.
And let's be clear, we needed you. And you were there to provide. And so we want to thank you so much, okay? Because you are the best part of what makes America strong. Okay, let's be clear.
And we're gonna go there, we're gonna win the war, and we're gonna get my Trump going.
I think Justin is very interesting, very dynamic, a lot of different backgrounds, can work with people, a pizzeria manager. And again, he looks very chill. Like I don't like Tevin said before, he doesn't have his chest out. Like he seems confident, but not overly confident. He got that fresh silk press, laid back. He's chilled. Like it's giving not a silk press. Okay. There's something to Justin. I
agree with you, Bryce. It's like
he's not overly you wouldn't look at him and be like, oh, he's a threat. However, I feel like I could see him being a swimmer. I could see him having a nice physique. Okay, Justin.
He's also a vegetarian.
Oh.
He said, despite this dietary choice, I'm a lot stronger than I appear.
He don't eat meat?
Whoa. You heard that before. Someone ate some wings on the island. They had some meat on when they went to the island.
All right.
You never know.
He's a vegetarian, but he says, despite this dietary choice, I am a lot stronger than I appear. I want us to keep our eye on him because with this political background, with his smarts, and with the fact that he works in a pizza shop and can just say that, that's all he needs to say. Because he probably knows everything top to bottom of this pizza shop that his family's owned for 40 years. Yeah, all he needs to do is say, I work at a pizza shop. Keep all of those smarts and that political savvy in the tuck and use it when you need to.
Yeah. Justin is definitely one to watch. We see you, Justin, and like,
yeah, he's a sleeper. You got to get these sleepers out. These people that look like they're not playing the game, or you got to get them out. You know, them and the Canadians. That's my like. If you look like you there not to play, I'm voting you out. That's just kind of how it works.
We already got enough beef with Canada, James. You need to
right? Yeah, in this climate, we need to make sure we showing our Canada brothers and sisters some love.
Pretty sure I wish they voted Marianne out, you know. But that's
we love Canada.
My God.
All right, now let's go. We're down to our final few. Who do we have? Oh,
he's 33 years old from West Orange, New Jersey, lives in Arlington, VA. He's a PR consultant. 3 words: bold, friendly, enthusiastic. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? Joining the Survivor family is a dream come true. I've been watching the show since season 1 when I was 8 years old, and Bryce was 22 years old. I am so incredibly grateful to be living out a life goal. I can't wait to meet new amazing humans, push my strength and positive mindset that I've always been proud of to new limits, and hopefully be a living example that being your authentic self is one of the bravest things you can do.
I don't know why when you said PR manager, I was getting Scandal, Olivia Pope. I feel like Bianca going to be out there spinning these stories, changing these narratives. I feel like Bianca's going to come out there and eat. Arlington, Virginia, the DMV from New Jersey, the tri-state area. I feel like she got it going on. It's giving very much Olivia Pope. It's giving very much she's about to have these people their minds spinning. I'm here for Miss Rose.
One life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? Starting my own company. My 10-year career in public relations has given me invaluable skills for this game. Strategic mindset, relationship building mastery, succeeding under pressure, and starting my own business has brought those skills to unlock hidden levels. Olivia Pope.
Now, I feel like, you know, she has a strong BS detector as a PR person. You're dealing with a lot of people. You're figuring things out. The question is, you know, you have a good BS detector. Can people detect your BS? And that's just going to be because a lot of PR is BS. So the question is, you know, how well can she give the BS and see the BS? And if she is as good as she thinks she is, then she's going to do well. But some survivors think they're good, and then they go out there and they're not so good at some of those things when you put in those elements. So I think that she has the ability to blend in, and I think she's not going to be considered a super big threat. And if she gets through early game, you know, she's somebody you have to worry about.
Okay. Bianca Rose, you heard it here first. All right, we're down to our final 3. Who do we have here? Ooh.
Chrissy, 55 years old from the south side of Chicago.
My God.
Lieutenant from the south side. 3 words.
What's her occupation?
Fire lieutenant.
Oh.
From the south side of Chicago. 3 words to describe you: badass, lucky, generous. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? Why not? I want to show all the little girls out there that they can be firefighters, truck drivers, policemen, etc. Anything they want. What's one life experience you feel has prepared you for the game? Sometimes as a firefighter, you're assigned to a new firehouse with a new crew. You learn real fast how to size people up, how to deal with different personalities. Which player do you identify with the most? Who do you think you will play like the most? I really like Carolyn. She was herself, and that's how I intend to play. Be myself, except maybe lie a little.
She giving me, is it, oh God, is it Cat? No, oh my God. With the glasses.
Cass.
Oh, okay. She's giving me a little like Denise vibes. Like I feel like she is old school Denise. Like I feel like she has the resume and I feel like she has the attitude. No doubt. Like I definitely get leader badass from Chrissy. I love her. I'm worried about how she'll assimilate into the other tribes. Either people are going to love her or they might think she's a lot. But
I mean,
I think she's great.
she giving me Sue energy like a little bit. I mean, he's taller than Sue, but they both are in pretty good shape. They're in fields that are dominated particularly by men, and they have the ability to relate to a lot of people. Like me personally, meeting Sue on a couple of occasions. Sue's dope and dynamic, and she's somebody that I feel like when you've been around, you know, you've seen some things, and when you have that seasoning, you know that seasoning it has to be in that meat for a while for the meat to taste good. And I feel like having the seasoning that her and Sue have, they're gonna have abilities to go far. Look at the game New Era. Every year, someone that's older makes it to the end or does really well. You had Mike, you had a Gabler, you had a Sue make it to the end. It wouldn't
Tina.
surprise me if she makes it to the end, being herself, because by doing that, I feel like that could be a disarming to people. And being that you know where you stand person may not be a bad thing when everyone else is running around crazy. We know that this person said this is going to do this. And that sometimes hold currency in the game.
Yeah. I for sure see her going far in the game. I feel like the archetype of the 40 plus woman has
50
been
plus.
doing really well. Well, I say 40 plus because
It's
but
40
whatever,
plus.
like 40 plus, okay. That archetype does well in the new school, and
Well,
I also feel
Heather too. Yo,
and
Heather
that's
too.
what I'm saying. She was at the end, but I feel like Chrissy a little different than a lot from just what I'm seeing. Chrissy seemed a little different from the other people. Chrissy seemed like she's a go-getter. And the thing that got me was when she said when you have to transfer into a new firehouse, you have to kind of like learn the ropes quickly. It's almost like joining a tribe. So I feel like she will have that ability to get along. I take back what I said because I feel like she will have the ability to kind of like figure out what's going on, know how to live with people in close quarters. Like I feel like she's somebody that's coming to play.
A little more about her. The accomplishment you're most proud of, probably everything. I grew up poor, dropped out of high school. I'm so proud of everything I did. Single mom, raised my son, firefighter, paramedic, lieutenant, nurse. I came from nothing, welfare family, to having a great career, supporting my son by myself. I'm doing this for me and my family and friends. I have friends fighting cancer. My mother is getting older. I want to help all of them.
See, I love that story, but what scares me is that if she tells that to people, they're never going to want to take her to the end because that's a survivor winning story.
Yeah, you gotta hold on to a lot of that. I mean, I feel like she's in a great position where it's kind of like if you can avoid being targeted, and I don't know if she'll put herself in a situation to be targeted. You know, she is in great shape. So in the beginning, there's not going to be physically, they're not going to be able to compete. Like, I don't see that happening. I feel like socially she'll be able to integrate. I think the question is, will the cast view her as a threat or view her as an asset? You know, and that management is going to determine how far she goes in the game.
Yeah, I definitely think they will see her as I think they'll see her as an asset. I feel like she is going to bring a lot of things to it. Well, all right, our second to last person. We have
this person. I'm so excited to see this person. Star Tumi, 28 years old, from Monrovia, Liberia, lives in Augusta, Georgia. Sales expert. 3 words to describe you: hilarious, smooth, laugh out loud, funny. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? Survivor is the most realist, cutthroat show out there. I want to be part of Survivor history, and I hope one day my son, Silver Mars, will also compete and chase the Survivor family legacy I am creating.
Star and Silver. This is I love. This is so fascinating to me. It was the. Did you say most realists? Let me know what kind of game Star is about to play. That grammatical most realists. Just let me know. Star ain't coming to play with none of y'all.
Got
It's gonna
that
be
from
fun.
Bryce.
Period.
Got that.
I'm excited about Star, and Star was the one that I saw in a video on YouTube. I mean, on Instagram that said something like, "I don't know if y'all thought Survival was for y'all, but it's for me," or something about that. It kind of gave me a little bit of me vibes. Like it kind of that confessional that I heard Star gave. It did give me a little bit, and so I'm excited to watch it. But I know that if you're gonna go out there and give that in those confessionals, you might be giving that on the island for real, and then you will get clocked giving that real easy. So it takes a very special kind of mitigation to navigate that kind of laugh out loud, funny, hilarious person with the game that you got to play to get to the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I definitely feel like Star has they have a presence, right? Like a dominating presence. So I am super excited to see what they will give. But I also feel like their parents named them correctly because Star is for sure a star. They're just illuminating on this screen. I worry when Star says that they are going to be so funny because I feel like that was one of my things when I was on Kagiyan, that I was like, oh, I'll get everyone to like me. And I had them cracking up at night. And then in the morning, they voted my behind out. So, yeah, I don't know.
Not James Made It Rain.
Okay. Rain on me, Lord, won't you take this pain? But yeah, Star is one of the people that I feel like I'm the most excited for. I also feel like they remind me a little bit of Sabaya, right? And so it's like, I feel like Star, I need for you to go out here and get justice for my Sabaya, but loving Star.
Yep.
I'm excited for Star. I'm rooting for everybody black, so I want Star to go, and I hope they make it.
Yes. Yep. All right. Well,
I just think Star is going to do good. If Star is just Star probably got to turn it up in the confessionals, but turn it down in front of the people.
What I'm also a little bit worried about is that people who are funny, the comedy comes from pain, and so people who are really funny, who are like that, have pain that they have, and they have a lot of stuff that they utilize through the lens of that. And so what I also am a little worried about is people getting under Star's skin and Star kind of coming out, in a I don't want to say in an aggressive way, but just coming out and having to, push back on people, and then people not take it, because people normally, the funny person, when that person stands up for themselves, normally it is sharper than it needs to be. And so people perceive that in a more strong, aggressive way. And so I think that it'll be interesting to see how the dynamics work within that tribe, because not everybody wants to be around somebody that's funny all the time. So we'll see how those dynamics play out.
Yeah. Interesting. And we are on to our last person of season 48, first look. We have
Mary Zhang, 31 years old, from Montgomery Village, Maryland, lives in Philadelphia, PA. She is a substance abuse counselor. 3 words to describe you: chaotic, dynamic, thoughtful. Why do you want to be part of Survivor? I've done Peace Corps, AmeriCorps, and hitchhiked across the Mediterranean. It's been a while since I've challenged myself. This game will push you to your limits, emotionally and physically, and I'm dying to be pushed there and then pushed past it.
Wow. I love the dress, first of all.
Yes. Okay. Eating down.
Very much that.
I just, from hearing all of that, it gives me that Mary has like lived experiences, right? It feels like Mary has a life that she has lived. And I feel like those experiences will help her on Survivor. I feel like it will make her rooted, make her connected to people. And I just, again, just from this photo alone, I feel like her energy is bright. It's like warm. I feel like she'll be able to connect with people. And like Tevin said, I love the dress.
But she said chaotic. What did she? Chaotic, thoughtful, and something else. What did she say?
Chaotic, thoughtful, and dynamic. So it's like you're chaotic, but you're also thoughtful.
Sound like
And
Interesting.
I
Calling
think
yourself
Mary,
chaotic is interesting.
yeah, I think she has a bright future. I mean, it's kind of like she doesn't seem like she's like somebody that you want to like from a look that you want to have a drink with, smoke a joint with, like like she's down to like go hitchhike. Like you have that friend that you call to do random stuff that you're like, when you're that person that's like, oh, I'm coming to your house, like we're rolling up, and they're like, we're rolling out tonight, and they don't need 10 minutes to get dressed. They're like, I'm ready to rock out with you. Those are the people that I need a plan. Who can I grab? Who can I tell real quick? This person right here, they're down to do some crazy stuff with me. I feel like that's somebody that you can that everybody feel like they can pull in on their plan. And when you're that person, that gives you that power to kind of figure out where you want to go. Where I feel like you'll be comfortable being the number 2, 3, but knowing where all the information is, where people are going to be fighting for a vote.
Yeah, I'm worried about because the Peace Corps, whatever the core things that she's been a part of, and I feel like the vibe I'm getting is very regimented. It's giving we need to do this, and this at this time. You need to do this. This is what our tribe needs, and that kind of energy gets you in trouble every single time. That is like the Emily flipping like we need. I don't agree with this, and it's like kind of cut and dry, and so that's the kind of vibe I'm getting a little bit. Very strategic. That kind of thing.
Okay. She says she's a bundle of contradictions. She can be whatever she needs to be whenever she needs to be. I'm chaotic, but also careful and controlled. I'm easygoing and can befriend anyone, but intense and will be on the whole time. Now, sometimes we need to consider people's past and backgrounds. So I want to put this, I want to put Mary in this scope. What's your biggest inspiration and why? Everyone says their parents, and I'm no different, except it's because my parents helped lead the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests for democracy. Afterwards, my mom escaped house arrest after 9 months in jail, and my dad evaded the communists despite a national search for him. They didn't choose to start a new life in a foreign country. They were forced to seek political asylum, otherwise they would die. They live their lives with intention and purpose. So this is the family that she comes from.
So she'll go get her. Mary ain't to be played with.
I'm excited to watch Mary out there. I think, like she said, she can be controlled, but she can be chaotic. I feel like there's a duality there, and I feel like she comes from a very strong family. So I'm interested to see what she could do. I think she could win the game.
I think I'm interested too. I'm worried, but when people see you do a little bit too much waffling, that puts you in danger too, though. They like, we don't, you could be here and there. We don't know where you are.
Yeah, I think it's all going to come down to who she aligns with and if they really are aligned with her, if that makes sense. All right. Like, I feel like if she pairs up initially with the right people, she good. But if she pairs up with somebody that's the least bit shaky, then it could be like downhill for Mary. But I'm hoping that she connects with the right people. It is crazy to think that we just got through the whole cast of Survivor 48. And I am so excited. I cannot wait for February 26th to get here so that we can see what this season is given. I can't thank James, Tevin, and Wendeezy enough for joining our Survivor 48 first look. What's up, JJ?
What are we doing on the 26th?
We are the BWP 48 will be kicking off in New York. So we have a premiere party, and there's going to be a lot of familiar faces and some surprises. So tickets are available. You should click the link in the Bryce and Wynn Present Instagram or Twitter bio, and we will see you on the road. We're going to a multitude of cities: Los Angeles,
San Francisco, Boston. We're going over Philly, Boston. We're all over the place this season. We're going to see you. We're even popping up at some of our friends' events. Ron Clark, RHAP. We are going everywhere. We will see y'all for BWP 48. Let's go.
Yes. James, Tevin, let me be clear. Thank you guys so much. So much fun. Wendeezy. And this has been your Survivor 48 first look. We'll see you soon.
The Purple Pants Podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the Purple Pants.